Hello everyone, welcome back to Snap's Let's Learn Academy. In previous lecture, we had discussed the user mode and kernel mode in system call lecture. In this lecture, we will understand the types of system calls. Now, the system call responsibility is to provide the necessary services to the user program from the operating system. Now, here there are 6 system calls roughly categorized, or we have 6 major categories in the system calls. The first one is process control, second is file manipulation, third is device manipulation, fourth is information maintenance, fifth is communication, sixth is protection. Now let us discuss one by one what all these system call does in the OS. Coming to the first one, the process control system call. Now this process control is a system call which is used for creating the process, terminating the process, loading the process, executing the process, or waiting for the process, and allocating the memory to the process. The program is in execution is called as process. Now what happens when process enters the computer? Let's say P1 is the process. When it enters the computer or enters the system, now this process has to either end the process once the process gets executed in the CPU. If this process completes its task, it is normally complete its task, then it can end its process, right? It end its process. If forcibly it is aborted, means forcibly we have stopped this P1, it has not been executed fully in the CPU, still we are ending its work, then it is called abort, right? Next, create process. So create process means creating a new process, then terminate the process. This is the responsibility of the process control system call. Loading the process into the memory, executing it, and get the process attributes and set the process attributes, wait for a time. If the time is requested by the process and it not get, it has to wait for some time. Wait event and signal event has to be performed, then allocate and free the memory. So once it enters the system, it requires some memory, so that memory is allocated by the process control system call to P1, and after it execution completes, it can free that memory. So process control free that memory also. So this is how the process control works. The second one is file management or file manipulation. So what happens in the file management or file manipulation? As the name suggests, this system call is used for creating a file. File management means we are managing the files. So how we are managing the file? By creating the file, by deleting the files, right? For creating the file also we need a file management system call. For deleting the file also we need the system call. So for example, say in the previous lecture we have created a in.txt file, right? So cp copy command we have used the existing file. So for opening the existing file, we have used the cp command, so copy command. So we were copying it, copying the content of in.txt to out.txt file, right? So this was our task during the system call example. So what we were doing there, we were opening the file, that is in.txt file, and after completion of our task we are closing the file. So reading operation and writing operation were performed in the example. So you can go back to the previous lecture and you can find that example. So we were reading and we were writing. So repositioning, get the file attribute, select the file attribute, all these are called the file management system calls. It is the responsibility of the file management system call. For creating a file, we can use copycon command. For deleting the file, del command can be used. So in user and operating system interface, we have already discussed the creating file and deleting file, how you can create the file, how you can delete the file in user and operating system interface lecture. So you can go and watch that video. You will be able to understand how the system call can create the file and delete the file, right? So in previous lecture you can understand how the file can be read and write, and how the attributes of get file, set file can be done, file can be opened or closed. So you can refer user and operating system interface lecture. The third system call is device management system call. Device management, what this device management does, it requests for the device, it releases the device. For example, say system is requesting for any of the device, say I or O, right? O means output, I means input. So it is requesting for IO device or memory or processor or register or any other device, right? So that request can be placed with the help of device management system call. So this device management system call requests the device, then release the device after the work. It read the content of the device, write the content of the device, reposition the content of the device or the data. So get the device attributes, set the device attributes, right? So if you open the drive, you can find out all the device attributes. So what is the name, what is the volume, size, and what kind of structure they follow. So everything. So get device, set device attributes. Logical attachment or detach device. So what is logical attach and detach device? Let me tell you, logical attach means what? Assume that the device management is working on the devices. So in this computer we have connected a pen drive, right? So pen drive is connected with this computer. So now what happened? Physically the pen drive is get connected to this computer, right? Once you open my computer, it is still not showing there. It means logically attachment is not done so far. After few minutes, if it shows the logo of the pen drive, then it is logically attached, right? Logically attach. What is mean by detached device? Detached device means, continuing with the same example, pen drive is physically connected and logically also connected. Now right click and just eject the pen drive, means disconnect the pen drive. Now logically you are disconnecting the pen drive, right? So that is the detach device, right? detach device. So that is logical detach, and physically if you are removing, that is physical detach. So here we have not mentioned physical detach or logical detach, just we have mentioned detached device. So any device removed from the computer, so that is detached device. So it can be done by this system called device management. The fourth one is information maintenance. So in the information maintenance, we get the time or date or set the time or date. So get the time or set the time. So you can set the time or date. So this system call is called information maintenance. Information maintenance means, let me take the example of this. Just simply I will switch to another window. Okay. Now go to taskbar. When you right click on your taskbar, right hand side, there is a system clock. If you right click on that, you will be getting a system clock. You can set the date, right? You can set the date, time, and also you get the date and time from that system clock. So that information is provided by this information maintenance system call. And also get the system data, set the system data. So all the system related data, what is the processor, the name of the processor, cache memory, all the detail regarding the system can be obtained through this system call, right? You can set the system data through this system maintenance call. Sorry. Next is get process or file device attributes. Means you want the process or file related information, like when it was created, process or file, when it was created, when it was modified, what is the size in bytes, where it was located, in which folder it was located. So all this information can be obtained through information maintenance system call get process or file or device attributes. Okay, so you can refer user and operating system interface lecture. There you will be getting again all these information. There I have gave the example of the file which I have created, bca.txt and bba.txt. I shown number of bytes for that file. Set process, file or device attribute. So you can get the process, file, device attribute, and also you can set the attribute for the process, file and device. The fifth system call is communication. So in the communication, you can create the communication between the two process, say P1 and P2 are the two process. You can create and delete the communication connection between these two processes or devices. Take the next example of the computer. Say first one, second one. So establishing the connection and deleting the connection by this system call. Send and receive the messages. When you establish the connection, then you can send the message from first computer to second, second to first, right? So transfer status information. Transfer status information means you can find whether the data has successfully sent, files has been successfully sent or not. You will receive the acknowledgement, right? So you will be getting the status information of the files which have been transferred or the resources which have been shared among the processes or computers through the communication system call. You can attach and detach the remote devices. So remote devices means remotely if any device, say printer. So I am using a printer. So this printer is connected with this computer. So through second computer also I can know that whether the computer first computer is attached with the printer or not. So remotely I can attach and detach the computer. I can do that task also through the system call called communication. Okay, the sixth one. Sorry. Sorry, let me come back to this. Okay. Protection. So get the file permission and set the file permission. So this system call gives you the permission for the accessing the file. So get the file permission means if you are a authorized person, it allows you to access the file. If you are an unauthorized person, it doesn't allow you to permit to access the file. Similarly, if you want to access any system without a valid username and password, the system will not allow you to enter into it. So that is the get file permission. So you want to access anything in the system, you need to have the permission to access it. Similarly, if you are creating the file, then you need to set the permission, right? Who can access this file? Which user can access this file? You can set the permission for accessing the file, right? So this protection system call provide you getting a file permission and setting the file permission to access it. So these are the 6 types of system calls so far we have discussed in this lecture. So hope you understood all these 6 system calls. We have given some of the example here. So in this example there is a example for the Windows and Unix operating system. So these examples show you how the system call is used in Windows and Unix. For the process control, for creating a process, there is a create process, and for exit process function is there. Wait wait for a single object, and for Unix you need to issue the commands like fork for creating a process, exit for terminating the process, waiting for the object you can issue the wait command. For the file management, for creating a file, create file command is there. For reading a file, read file. For writing, write file. For closing the file, close handle is there. In Unix there is a open command, read, write and close command. Like this, for the device management, set console mode, read console, write console is there. So console is nothing but a device which is connected. So which device you want to connect and you want to operate on it, you have to set that console mode. Then you can read that console, you can write that console. Similarly, in Unix there is IOCTL command for setting the console. For reading the console data, there is a read command, and for writing, the write command is there. Okay. For getting the process information, there is a get current process ID. So here get PID. Get PID is a get process ID. So setting a time, there is a set timer. For Sleep command is used to closing the time. So alarm and sleep commands are there in Unix, right? So for creating a communication, create pipe, create file mapping, and map view of files. So similarly, pipe and shm open and mmap for map view files. For protection of file, set file security. Ch mode is used in Unix. Initialize security descriptor who can use, so that we can initialize the security descriptor, that is unmask, right? Unmask means we are giving a password, we are opening it. Who can use this file which is masked? Initialize security descriptor. So by giving a proper username or password, so you can open it. So this is the command. Set security descriptor group. Who can use? We can set by using this command in Unix, chown, right? So this is all about the types of system calls. So thank you for watching. Like, share and subscribe my channel for the latest video. Thank you very much.